Sounds Obtuse Podcast, where the dark triad of personality traits is ever prevalent. I am your host, Dylan Carter, with me, my co-host, Christian Cruz.
How's it going, man?
Man, I am excited to be back. I'm excited for this pod.
It feels great to be back at the studio. Not just any studio, though. We got a little temporary, potentially rearranged studio.
We are. The acoustics might be a little bit weird. I'm kind of wondering if that's going to pick up.
We'll see how that goes. But we're here. That's the important part.
We are.
We got.
We're here talking.
We are, as usual.
Gabbing.
Glad for you guys to join us. Hope you enjoyed this show, as we always do. How you been, man?
Man, I've been great. I got just a busy work week because I'm taking some time this weekend, and I'm headed back up to DC. Follow me for more news on that. I'm going up there for Cherry Blossom Festival. I think.
Do you want to borrow my hat?
Possibly. I think we picked the coldest possible fucking day. It's gonna be like 48 degrees high. So
you know, I saw a video where they were just starting to blossom. Yeah. So you might hit it in stride.
I think we might have nailed it. They might be a little bit early, and hopefully the wind doesn't blow them off. But that's the hope. But no, otherwise it's just been fun. I've been kicking it with some of my best friends, and of course some other friends. Lady A hangs out occasionally. We love it.
You did some ad read intros for us last week.
She did. You love having her.
Unmistakable voice. Great musician in general, I think.
Yeah, we got to sample some of that. That was just great. I really enjoyed it. But yeah, no, I've been great. I went to trivia night, didn't win. Had some.
I missed catching the ride question. Who would have thought?
And that I told you about.
Man, that did not register at all.
Well, it should have if you actually listened.
But then I was like, yeah, I guess so. I guess his brother was a writer, and they wanted Holden to be a writer, and I was like, I don't remember anything about a goldfish in that book.
We had there's some friendly rivalry with friend Angel, friend of the show. That was fun. But yeah, it's been fun for me. But I've been looking forward to this trip this coming weekend.
It'll be fun. Hope you have a good time. Hope you see lots of cherry blossoms. Well, if you can, put one in your wallet. I just want to leaf. Just a little petal.
Fair enough. Stay tuned because I might be on the way up recording a special on my own. Obviously, Chris isn't going to be with me, but I think I'm going to call it the Sounds Obtuse. What? You never rode Amtrak before? Special. Do
you want like a? Well, I was going to say like a car screeching sound, but it's a train, so it doesn't make sense.
Get that car shit away from my fucking video.
We'll get the. What I need you to do is record the sound the announcements make.
Oh God! Okay.
And then that'll be your announcement.
Oh God.
Jack, departing. 9 minutes.
Empty your souls and enter on board.
Prepare for death.
Love it. How about you, man? What have you been up to?
So, you mentioned trivia at the office. I don't know if you noticed. I didn't mention it to anybody because I was so chaffed. I got a big glass mug of water. Finally. Mm-hmm. No, none of that little small. We're gonna have to refill this a dozen times cups. It was like, no. I'm gonna get you a big water.
They know.
So that you can just chill for the whole night, and I did. I was still struggling to put it down by the time the night was over, so I was pleased that they recognized I am a water drinker, and I need lots of water. So let's do each other.
Do you feel like you're part of a select club now?
I do. I didn't think I was gonna get there. It just happened. And I was like, whoa. Now it could have been just circumstantial that she knew she was gonna be a while before she got to us, and it was just like.
See, I think the real test is next.
Yeah.
Thursday.
That's why I'm not holding my breath. But like that's why I was just like, man, this is great. It's a good moment. Good moment for me.
For sure.
So, also in general this week, springtime, you mentioned the cherry blossoms. Like, it's getting warm out. It's getting nice out. Warm weather, et cetera, et cetera. What could be better than that?
Yeah, and then I picked the coldest day of the freaking year.
It could change.
Man, of the rest of the spring anyway.
I could say so many disparaging things about weathermen, but that's for another time. I've probably said that before. Weathermen and Glorified Psychics, episode 2, Sounds Obtuse Podcast. Look it up. Yesterday, something else happened.
What happened? Tell us about it, Chris. Tell us.
So it was actually before we went to trivia. I was about to get in the shower. I was gonna be like, you know what? I could just pee in the shower. No big deal. I'll just take a whiz, go down the drain, all hunky dory. But I was like, you know what? I'll be a good citizen and I'll pee in the toilet. You know?
But you're not leaving the shower? Did you?
So I went to go take a shower. I went to pee before I went in the shower.
Okay.
Right? So I'm like,
pre-shower pee.
Yeah, pre-shower pee. But then the unthinkable happens. You've had like a 2-streamer before, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, like a 3-streamer before.
Yeah.
Bro, this shit was a fucking 6-streamer. I felt like I was on the Amtrak train, just like going through the worst rumpy bumps, and I did not know where to aim. It was a total mess. So I guess moral of the story is just pee in the shower.
Just pee in the shower.
Yeah.
You might think you're doing everyone a favor, but you might not be.
It's fine. Pee is sterile. You're okay. No big deal. I guess the last thing that happened to me this week was back at CA&J Farms. We were there last time. They had this Thai salt deodorant stick.
Yeah?
Yeah. Best deodorant you ever try.
Really?
On God.
On God.
Dude.
Are you capping?
No cap. I want to explicitly make that very clear. There is zero cap occurring right now. No cap.
On God.
And on God.
That is an endorsement, folks.
So you go down, you get you this Thai salt stick, you wet it under the sink, you rub it under your arms. You're good for at least 48 hours. Hypoallergenic, no scent coming from it, from your pits or synthetic fragrances.
Living life close to nature over at CA&J Farm.
Cannot recommend it enough.
Okay. That is a very good endorsement. Anything
else you got going on this week, man?
Not really, man. I've just been excited to get back in the studio, have a little pod action.
Has been fantastic.
I did go right around our. I've been getting more active, trying to lose some weight. I went and spent a day.
Springtime.
Right.
That's when we do it.
I went and spent a day riding around Makiakomako State Park, our new state park here in Gloucester. Oh, I mean, I guess it's not totally new now. It's been here a minute, but
I guess it's probably been here forever.
Yeah. Oh, you know what? It's been here way before us. You're right. That's a very fair point. Look at me talking like a colonizer. Yeah, it was here way before us. But anyway, we finally opened it up, and it's a beautiful park. It was going to be a housing development, and I'm so glad it's not. It's going to be something different. But you can tell there's like little notches for driveways and stuff. It's pretty cool when you're riding around. It's actually kind of weird, but I like it. They have little bike trails, bike infrastructure, separated bike infrastructure.
We need more bike lanes and less cars parked in them.
Separated bike infrastructure. Oh, boy, I love it. And I was riding around on that, and then they got these awesome hiking trails that come off of those. So you just kind of like park at the trailheads, hitch your bike up. They need more bike parking at the trailheads, because if you're going to have trailheads that come off of bike infrastructure, maybe expect that people are going to also want to park their bikes before they jump on the hiking trail, since they have to. So maybe just think about that.
Yeah, it's a pretty valid thought.
Work in progress. They're doing a great job over there. So that was very enjoyable. I spent the entire day riding around.
The whole day.
The whole day? I mean, well, come on.
You must have more of a tan than we had the last week. Is that DC tan, man?
I'm loving the DC tan.
I bet the ladies love it.
You look a solid 10% more Puerto Rican.
You know, I thought that.
Mm-hmm.
I would go as far as 12.
12, maybe. I could probably go 12.
8 to 12, so yeah, right on the money. 10%. I think that's a good call. Well, I don't have anything else to do with me this week, but I do have some news across the news desk.
From the desk.
Yeah. So I've been champing at the bits for this one, man.
Oh, please. You were hinting that you had a good one for us.
I was so excited.
Sort of like Steve Harvey.
So fucking excited because I'm gonna give you some hints. I'm gonna see if you can guess what I'm talking about here.
Okay.
They're creepy. They're kooky.
The Addams Family?
Altogether spooky. The Addams Family. Does this constitute Goth Watch?
Possibly.
Would you say, okay, if it doesn't.
I mean, hang on. Are you going to be talking about Christina Ricci?
She is in this.
She is.
We'll get to her, but there's a little bit more to this story.
Okay, tell me what you got.
There is a new Addams Family.
Yes.
It does have Christina Ricci on board. She is not playing Wednesday. She is playing a different character on the Addams Family show called Wednesday, which stars Wednesday. I think she's like at school and she's like solving mysteries. You want to take a stab at who's directing it?
God.
This will definitely make it Goth Watch.
No!
Yeah.
It's Tim Burton.
You fucking bet your bottom dollar, baby.
No.
So there's a Netflix series coming soon about the Addams Family, and it's gonna star. I don't know who it's gonna star. It's about the Addams Family. It has Christina Ricci in it. She's not reprising her role as Wednesday Addams, as she did back in the day. It's
I remember.
A new star. But she's on board, and that actually reunites her with Timmy B. It's Tim Burton. As they were in Sleepy Hollow. But you want to take a stab at who else is starring in this film? This series?
I think I saw who Gomez Adams was, and I loved it.
The motherfucking pick of the century. Better than goddamn Mario casting. Luis Guzman.
Oh, yeah.
Catherine Zeta-Jones as fucking...
I know.
Oh, my
they
God.
Nailed it. I hope the show's good.
I'm so excited for that. I cannot wait to tell everybody. So, yeah.
Okay.
Got some Tim Burton news.
I'm excited.
Goth Watch.
Is that Goth Watch?
Oh, come on. Addams Family, Tim Burton. That's definitely Goth Watch.
Fair.
As soon as I said Tim Burton, it's just like, okay, Goth Watch. Definitely. Actually saw some pictures of Nicolas Cage in his vampire get up. Look those up.
It just sounds ridiculous.
Well, it exists.
I know.
Is ridiculous.
It's only ridiculous because it exists.
All right, second news story.
Please, take me out of here.
You know, I like to ask people around because, like, I can only do so much as a journalist. So I can only get, like, you know, especially with the way these bubbles work and your social media feeds, and you kind of get regurgitated things. I like to outsource some of my news occasionally. You know, I ask people, say, hey, give me a headline. Tell me what you got. This is the headline I got this week.
From who?
One of my parents.
Okay.
I said, hey, you guys watch the news, right? They've been watching the news since I was born. Every time I go to my parents, they're always watching the news. I'm like, hey, I want to watch cartoons. Like, we're gonna watch the news. So I said, hey, you watch the news all the time? Give me a headline. Here's the headline: Putin sucks.
May I just say that's probably Tony?
Was not Tony.
What?
Amazing, right? Not the guy who has fuck Putin sticker on his truck.
Fuck Putin sticker. Man, I appreciate the standing with Ukraine. I really do. I think it's a strong statement. I like it. It's right next to his Chihuahua sticker.
Yeah, if you know anything about this guy, it's he loves his Chihuahuas
And he
hates Putin.
hates Putin. Fuck Putin. Love a Chihuahua. I love when you can understand people from the back of their truck.
That's all you need.
You got him now. Like, you all can just imagine what he looks like in your head. It's a fun game you can play at home.
Say ours to bring back the dark triad, it would just be narcissism, psychopathy,
yeah,
and
Machiavellianism.
Machiavellianism.
I like that one, yeah.
I might fight you for that title, Dylan.
The dark triad.
I might fight you for that one.
Found here on the Sounds Obtuse Podcast.
All right, next up, we have you heard about this?
Have you seen this?
Have you heard about this? We have an Ecuadorian toad. Have you heard about this?
No.
He breaks his silence after 100 years. This is from France 24. Others too, but that's just the source I read it from first. So, there's this toad, right? These guys discovered it. If you can discover a creature. So the guy who heard this noise, he thought it was a cricket, right? A little cricket chirp at first. Then he saw the toad in action, and he heard it. And this is what he said. He said, quote, "Wow, that's not the sound of a toad. It's like a little bird." So basically this thing, they didn't know for 100 years. They had no clue it made a noise, this toad. But these guys finally saw it, and they're like, oh, shit, that's coming from this toad.
They thought that they were just hearing birds all this time. Well, look at that.
Exactly.
Groundbreaking science shit happening.
But what really makes this animal unique is that it can sing, meaning, like, make those noises without a vocal sac. No vocal sac on these toads. No brr, brr, with little, like, the neck gets real fat and bulbousy. None of that. So they're just, like, stealthy. They're just making noises. And Dylan can attest, I'm assuming stealth mode. Yeah. If I were a frog or toad right now, arms stretched out, frozen in fear, no vocal sac.
Beautiful.
So that's cool.
Sort of like a warrior's pose-esque.
Something like that. Like, I want to find a news story today. I mean, unless you consider Conor McGregor getting busted for driving dangerously a news story.
Obviously he was.
Yeah, like come on.
Look at the guy for 2 seconds.
That was the headline from Tony, by the way.
Oh, God.
I'm like, okay, cool.
Thanks a lot, Dad.
But he'll come. Believe me, he's chock full of them. Don't let that one your first impression sway you, because Tony's chock full of some stories. So the last story of the week, Chipotle. You familiar? You heard about this? You seen this? Heard about this? Chipotle, due to employee shortages. You know, those damn employees. No one wants to work.
Lazy ass.
So What do you think? What do you think the solution is for Chipotle? If you want, we can call this Future Watch. We've been talking about some futuristic shit. Last week it was billboards in the TV ads in the doors.
Are they gonna like make you assemble it yourself or something?
Ooh, you're not far off.
Are they just gonna like pre-pack the ingredients and you select them and they just come
Like
in the
a
cups?
Chipotle Lunchable. God, that sounds awful.
Build your own Chipotle.
You know, I think it was episode 7. Your words. Don't give them any ideas. Chipotle robots due to employee shortage.
Chipotle robots.
Robots. Burrito making robots. Because
pieces
people
of
don't
shit.
want to work. We need burritos made by robots to make our capita
You pieces
for a
of shit.
quarter.
Man, it's shit like that that just makes me want to go out and just wave a red flag. Like,
I would fucking...
fuck them.
I will say this. If there were riots, you know, I'm not robbing a shoe store. I'm not breaking into any Best Buy.
I'll smash a Chipotle window now.
You fucking bet, buddy. I'm tearing
I'm
that
taking all the
robot-
fucking guacamole.
Oh,
You
yeah.
can't stop me. It's mine now. You capitalistic sons of bitches.
And I'm taking these chips.
Robber barons, come on. You need robots to just offer people more money to incentivize them to work. Come on, dude.
Yeah, like
This ain't rocket science. No, we want robots because people obviously want, you know.
I can't tell the robot, can I get just a little bit more meat? You know,
No, you
he's
can't.
not gonna understand that.
He's not gonna listen. He's
gonna be
a
like-
fucking robot. He's a heartless machine.
You know what?
Just like the fucking people at Chipotle.
I bet the robot won't even ask me or won't even warn me that guac is extra. He'll just do it. Piece of shit. Garbage. GARBITCH. Garbage.
I hate it. I did have one news story for
Oh, please. I thought we couldn't get any lower, but hopefully you'll
So,
bring us back around.
I'm going to bring us around, I think.
Yes.
I like this. It's kind of funny to me. It's also sad what it implies, but Russia has decreed, they have said, that phase 1 of their invasion, otherwise known as Operation Get the Holy Shit Kicked Out of Us, has been a complete success.
They did it.
They did it. They walked in there and got the holy shit kicked out of them, and they said now because of how successful it was, they're going to focus on just the piece that they already had at the beginning of the war. They're just going to focus on that because it's been so successful.
Maybe they should have been doing that the whole time.
You would think.
Maybe.
Maybe they should have just kept doing that.
If I could armchair world leader for a second.
Man, it's just so funny. They tried. I really like to think that this is the first step of them just like walking back the full-scale invasion. They never even achieved like air superiority for real. They never had it to where the Ukrainians had no flyers up in the sky taking them on. So like you see like all the bombings and shit. That's all just like artillery and stuff that has to be drug into place and moved.
Shelling and whatnot.
It's like those aren't even like airstrikes usually, but they did drop a humongous bomb on a place that was housing a bunch of people. I think it was the last I saw. Honestly, I don't even remember the number. It was several hundred people killed. Far too many people not even fighting, just innocent Ukrainians trying to avoid this fucking conflict.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of like some of my favorite like female cosplayers who dress up as anime girls, just in the Ukraine, and they're so pretty and just like they're at danger of being bombed. It really hit home. You
know what? I think if you made that a bigger point, you'd get a lot more volunteers from America. If you just like went around to like Spencer's and FYEs and just talked about that, spread the word.
You might not be wrong.
Get the word out there.
'Cause it's like all I'm looking for is like the thoughty cosplay pics, and then it's just like we're in Ukraine too, and I'm like, oh, you gotta remind me of this stuff. I just
But now you care, and you can't.
I just want to
can't
see
stop caring.
Yeah, you can't, unfortunately.
So to quote a bumper sticker I saw, "Fuck Putin."
Good one.
It is.
It's a good one. Well, I think with the preliminaries out the way, preliminaries, whatever the word is.
Sounds good.
Yeah, taking a page out of George Bush's playbook.
Preliminaries.
Him and Shakespeare, actually, very similar wavelengths.
Yes, the iambic preliminaries.
Yep, exactly. We gotta take an ad break, man. We gotta pay some bills.
We do. Let's pay the bills. Catch that ad break. We'll be right back, guys. This paid promotion is brought to you by the following.
Brett's Boogers. You know, Dylan, when I think of boogers, I think of Brett's. And nobody beats Brett's Boogers. From snotty slime to dry flakes, chewy ones to get stuck to your teeth, and everything in between, Brett's makes your booger needs easier than separating seas. So whether your nose is big or small, your best bet is to get your boogers from Brett. Brett's has been the #1 name in boogers for over a century and has been trusted by your family and ours for even longer. So don't delay. Order today, and with code PICK, that's PICK, PICK, save 20% on any new order and help support this podcast. Thank you, Brett's Boogers. You know, Dylan, I went there for a runny nose once. They fixed me right up.
Did they?
Mm-hmm.
Brett's Boogers?
Yep.
Plugged it?
Yep. So not only do they sell boogers, they help fix your booger issues as well.
They do.
And if you want to, you can get them refurbished, and you can sell those. It's kind of like it kind of works like a consignment shop.
I'm assuming it's sort of like a GameStop.
Yeah, it's pretty much GameStop for boogers. So Brett's Boogers.
I mean, obviously, it's probably an app that they have too, right?
I think they
have an
do. I think they have an app.
I'm sure they have an app.
I'm sure they have an app.
If it's an idea, it's an app.
They'll let us know if they have an app. Brett's Boogers.
Shout back
Possible
at us
app.
if you have the app.
So yeah, Brett's Boogers. All your booger needs. Save 20%. Code PICK. Helps support the podcast.
Amazing.
And we're back, ladies and gentlemen. Dylan, why don't you tell us what we're about to do right now?
So earlier on in the pod, we had, or not this pod, but longtime listeners will know that one time I got to be interviewed by our very own Christian Cruz.
Yeah, I was doing my best Larry King impression.
He was doing a fantastic job. It was a great interview. Honestly, at times I felt like I was on the spot.
Yeah, there may as well have been like a world map, and it was 23 years ago.
Yeah, that was something. So I'm going to return the favor. I'm going to ask some questions of our co-host so we can all get to know him a little bit better, see him inside and out.
Especially inside.
Let's see what happens when the interviewer becomes the interviewee.
Da, da, da. Nice little. That was great. That was beautiful.
I thought so. So let's just kick this off. What's your favorite soda?
My favorite soda, I mean, I could say anything, but I'm just going to give the general Mountain Dew.
All right, enough chit-chat. Where are you from?
I'm from West Side, Philadelphia. Not born. I mean, I am born, but not raised. I would consider myself much like Bobby Lee, Virginia man at heart.
Just going to... Okay. Just going to do that without even talking about it? All right.
Yeah, I mean, Virginia, I was born in Philadelphia, raised pretty much in Virginia my whole life. You know, mostly around the eastern area.
Coastal Virginia.
Coastal Virginia, yeah. Beaches, you know, not close to the mountains or anything like that.
Newport
Virginia,
News,
the
right?
Tidewater area.
Yeah, Tidewater, Newport News.
Tidewater, we get some crabs.
It's actually on the peninsula. That's
Yeah.
actually not the Tidewater. It's the peninsula.
Well, I think it's the region. It's the whole Tidewater region. Yeah, there's like the region
got
of
some weird
Piedmont,
geography
the
out
flat. Yeah, there's like 4 regions of Virginia. I did my 4th grade geography.
I didn't do it on Virginia, but
Yeah, was it scrapbook? You ever do a scrapbook?
something like that.
I'm sorry, I'm not. You're the one asking the question, too. Does that answer your question?
I think so. I think you did.
Cool.
You did tell us where you're from. What's your family like? You got a big family, a little family?
I'm Puerto Rican and Italian, so it's bigger than I could possibly imagine. There could be countless numbers of my cousins playing in the MLB right now, and I might not even know them. But they're probably part of my family. If they have the last name Cruz, it's a good chance they're part of my family. I'm also Jewish, so of the... How it was like 9 million Jews left? We're probably all connected some way, if I had to guess. So ultimately, we're all family. But yeah, I got a big family.
Okay.
Like 7 aunts and uncles on each side.
Always see a lot of them hanging around. There's honestly, I'm still not totally sure how many people live in this house. I'm not gonna lie. Every time I'll just bump into new ones.
It's kind of like Hey Arnold's. Was it a border home?
Yep.
It's very much like that. We got a pig and all that stuff.
So you got a girlfriend? Got a wife? Anything like that?
Fuck bitches, get money.
Viewers want to know. So
That's
don't.
my
Obviously.
answer to that.
Okay. So clearly not a wife. And what made you guys wind up here in Virginia?
A lot happened. I was born. I had no choice. I was moved here.
So things beyond your control.
Things beyond I was 6 months when I moved here from Philadelphia to Virginia. But again, as much as I do love cities, because you get to scoot around in them almost any time of day. Something about Virginia where there's the beaches on one end, mountains on the other, cities and trees coexisting. Nothing like it. But yeah, so I was transported here as a child.
Against his will.
Against my will. Yeah. Father did some potentially criminal activities, etc., etc. I won't get too deep into details right now. Potentially the child of a drug lord. I'll digress. Dylan, next question.
So then, I mean, Philly or Virginia? What is it for you?
Well, I haven't spent enough time in Philadelphia to really say, but from what I hear, there's a lot of, what's that drug that's going around right now? Fentanyl?
Oh, no.
So, yeah, motherfuckers be leaning, but don't be falling. And as much as I do love going to, like, the sports that they have, from what it seems like, we can get that same experience in D.C., which is also part of Virginia. So, I mean,
It's not really.
Technically.
But you might want to double check that one, but I see what you're saying.
It's half in Maryland, half in Virginia. As someone, please, Dylan, as much as you know your DC stuff, I went to school here in Virginia.
Oh, wow.
I'm pulling that card.
How dare you?
I'm pulling that card. So I know the local history. I know the state history. So yeah, Virginia all the way. As much as like my blood bleeds green for the Eagles of Philadelphia.
It does.
But my heart pounds the Virginia soil.
Okay. This might be somewhat of a tougher question. I kind of want to like ramp these up a little bit. I want to dig a little bit deeper.
We're playing hot ones without the hot sauce.
So
I'll take a drink.
Joan of Arc ?
You know, I've changed my tune.
Okay.
Because last time I was just like a part of it, you know. This time I feel like if I could save her, then I'll be the hero. And nobody will remember who Joan of Arc even fucking was. Because then, like, it's still just some broad in, like, the 1500s or whatever. France and stuff. And then I'll go down in history as the guy who saved Joan of Arc.
So you're just going to, like, monopolize the fate of a woman to better yourself and become memorable.
What I imagine, like I said, it'll take a couple generations, but eventually there'll be, like, a Sword in the Stone type story where I am King Arthur and she is the sword in the stone.
So you're saying that if you can get ahead by doing something to save her, you would. Otherwise, you don't care. But if
fuck the bitch.
Okay, perfect. Now, you mention quote unquote, as you say, bitches quite often. So
I preferred broads these days, but you know I have been known to refer to them as the B word.
Now there's something else that I know.
Not gender exclusive, by the way. Let me make that explicitly clear.
There's something else that I know you're a fan of here. And that's e-scooters.
I do love a good e-scooter.
Tell me, free e-scooters or free poontang? What are you taking?
Well, you know what? Here's the deal, Dylan. I can take all the free poontang any day of the week. But in the words of Scarface, I think he said first you get the money, then you get the power, then you get the women. If I have free e-scooters, I don't need the money. I have e-scooters, I have the power. You want to fill in the blanks? The next step is obviously women. So I take the free e-scooters. I say, anyway. Hey, mama chica, get on this e-scooter. Damn. She's driving. Bam, right to me. So e-scooters any day of the week.
I like that she's Spanish.
All the women are Spanish. I'm 10% more Puerto Rican this week.
So tell me, if somebody was to scream, "Oh my God, stop that man!" and it was about you, what did you just do?
I probably punched a woman in the face and or stole her purse. Not in that order, per se.
You like stole her purse and then started running away, and you're like, you know what? No.
Shut the fuck up. I need to silence you.
I'm so glad you're okay.
I'm gonna say
these things over the air.
I'm gonna say stole her purse and then decked her for yelling at me for stealing her purse. Cause like, come on.
You're put in a position where you get to pass a law.
Mm-hmm.
What's it do?
Man, the whole world follows this law?
No. An American law. Sorry.
Okay, an American law. Okay. You know, my initial thought went free weed, right?
Right.
Free weed, self-explanatory. Then my second thought went free e-scooters, but like, no, Because if everyone has an e-scooter, that doesn't make them powerful. That means it won't get the spicy females.
Ooh, Lewis is gonna love that.
I know, man. He'd appreciate it. So I'm thinking, man, it's tough. One law.
One law to rule them all.
Everyone has to follow it.
I mean, they could also break it.
Or be punished.
Don't sound too happy.
I'm going to outlaw. I can outlaw stuff, right?
Sure.
I can outlaw stuff? Ooh. You know, just 'cause I'm in the mood right now, I'm feeling a little frisky. We had our last pod especially. I'm going to outlaw cars on the road.
Oh, stop it. Oh, you just said the words for me.
So I can anywhere I fucking please.
Oh, good answer. To quote everybody on Family Feud ever, good answer.
It's up there, Steve.
That one would be. Ban all the cars?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Bring horses back.
Scooters.
Bring horse scooters back.
Let's do it. Scooters and trains, baby. It's all we need. But, I mean, that might be a perfect segue, pun intended. What's the problem with the world right now?
You know, again, the easy answer is not enough scooters. I think, you know, you can go, that goes without saying, though. It's like, not enough food, not enough shelter, not enough e-scooters. But the problem with the world right now.
Cracking up so hard. It's got to be something big.
The problem with the woman, with the world now.
Oh, God. Tell me how you really feel, you fucking pig.
The problem with the world now. I can't even say it. What I want to say. Aside from not enough love, the problem with the world now, no, that's it. There's not enough love.
Not enough love.
Not enough love.
You just got to go around and spread that love?
Mm-hmm. Not enough love.
Okay. What's something you could do? What's something you could do to just spread the love? Or maybe how do you spread the love?
I think you spread the love by...
You specifically.
Me specifically?
We're interviewing you here, Chris.
So I would spread the love by... I think I might touch on this earlier, but letting others be their truest self.
Yes.
To like me, that is spreading the love.
Full acceptance of someone. Like goods, bads. I love this person, so just we're taking them.
Like that's the best way I think you can do it. Is just like I said, full acceptance. You know, just be you. I want to love you for you, not you for. I think it was a Jay-Z song, maybe in Kanye West. It said, "I want to be hate it for who I am, then love for what I'm not."
That's wise words.
That's it.
All right, I saved the hardest hitting one for last.
Let me have it.
What's on the best slice of pizza?
Hot take?
Please.
Aside from this pizza we're seeing right now, but I had this on a slice. Shout out Marco's Pizza, by the way. Anchovies.
You're speaking my linguity right now. That's one of my favorite toppings.
Just a salty ass piece of dense, sort of oily fish, just right in the slab center of a piece of pizza.
Man, anchovies and mushrooms,
bro.
You give me anchovies and mushrooms. Oh
people hating, but just fucking try it.
It's one of my brother's favorite pizzas too. Is anchovies and mushrooms.
I never had those two.
I never understood.
But I love mushrooms. That's my second favorite. So I'd imagine I'd love anchovies. And
here's the weirdest thing. I'm not one of those people that likes pizza better cold. I know this is about you. I'm sorry, but now we're talking about a hot take here. I'm not one of those people that likes pizza better cold. However, my brother always got the anchovies and mushrooms, and when that shit was cold, that little salt bomb, amazing.
Yeah, it's like when you have a fat bomb and you're on Atkins.
Probably those big like brownie things and stuff.
You know, can I make an addendum, a live addendum right now?
Please.
I think the real problem in the world is that women think they have an opinion, followed by not enough love.
Well, that's a technical foul. I don't think you're allowed to say that, Chris. Let me check. Hang on. No. It is 2022, and you're not allowed to say that.
Well, consider that my hot take.
Security. We don't have security.
Any more questions, Dylan?
Or do we? No, sir. I yield the floor.
All right.
But thank you for being a good.
I hope you guys
being a good interviewee. I appreciate it.
It was fun. I almost want to do an interview for you again.
Anytime.
But maybe someday we'll get to interview some other people and maybe some strangers on the streets. Maybe some mischievous characters in a dark alleyway at 2 a.m. with a needle in his hand. Who knows?
Maybe Roach.
Roach
Maybe
Roach
Wayne.
would be
a great interview. Maybe Wayne.
He could be our babe expert.
Wayne will tell you where to find all the babes.
Oh, yeah.
Georgetown's where Wayne says to find them.
Definitely. So no last questions. I guess we gotta take one more ad break, huh?
I think we do. We need to pay a few more bills.
All right, it's
Not quite there yet.
Let's get this money.
Funding for this episode of Sounds Obtuse Podcast is provided by the following.
Patriot Lake America Camp. Hello, fellow Americans. The times have changed. When I was a kid back in the 70s, we didn't have all this social media, man buns, floss dancing, and the prevailing sense of dread that comes with having your country overtaken by liberal commie snowflakes and illegals who hate this country. We had boys that were men and girls who kept quiet about their feelings. You know, the way God intended. I saw how hard it was for my patriot children to grow up in this world, and I swore I'd do something about it. So I purchased 72 acres of land previously used as a caustic waste runoff and opened Patriot Lake America Camp, where children are taught true American values by our trained expert American counselors. Activities include shooting guns daily with zero adult supervision because any gun control is a sin. Learning the difference between straight and gay frogs, which is important. Learning how to not storm the Capitol building, and fireside Bible reading with our pastor, Alex Jones. And so much more. Parents, you should note that there is no medical facility because health care is un-American and needing medicine is for liberals. And no consent forms are required because as conservatives, we naturally do not believe in consent. Use code WHEREWEGO1, we go all for 15% off to start your child down the road to become a true American at Patriot Lake America Camp. Women and illegals, not allowed.
Thank you.
Patriot Lake America Camp.
For supporting the podcast.
It's fantastic of them. I honestly, I got a lot of problems with them, but I will take their money.
You know, I will too. I
love
think
that Alex Jones became a pastor now. That's a change. So that's
Yeah.
what he's doing. You know, he lost his podcast, and people kind of like wonder, like, what is Alex Jones up to? Well, it turned out that he became the pastor at a youth camp, summer camp. It seems like a summer camp sort of deal.
I think they have the conservative coffee club there, like for the morning breakfast, don't they?
Oh, I think they do. Yeah, Gun Brothers. Gun Brothers definitely
Gun
use
Brothers.
the coffee.
Yeah. I thought
Because even though that they're kids, they still don't care because it's a conservative brand, so they just gotta, they gotta use it.
you gotta get them indoctrinated on the caffeine
sure.
early.
Yeah.
You know, it's if they were, you'd get them indoctrinated on the, but it's conservative, so coffee. Thank you.
Patriot Lake America Camp.
Patriot Lake America Campers with podcast. And we're back, baby.
We sure are. And so we had an idea.
We had a great idea, actually. It's inspired by a song you couldn't get out of your head.
It's a song that I actually want to learn for karaoke.
Ooh.
Which anyone who knows me at karaoke knows that I have a very eclectic mix of songs, but this one might be the most eclectic song that I could have on my list.
Yeah, the other day you asked me, you were like, "Hey man, you know the song?" And I was like, "Of course I know the song. Who hasn't heard the song?" And you're like, "Well, tell me the lyrics." That's my you impression.
Thank you.
And I was like, "Well, I couldn't, but I know what it sounds like." And that song was?
That is Temperature by Sean Paul.
So that got us thinking.
It did. Once you started reading the lyrics in a certain way, and I appreciated that, and then the idea clicked. Lyrics and poems
Very similar.
they really are. You can honestly almost interchange them. You can put many poems to lyrics.
A stanza here, a bar there.
And you can take a lot of lyrics and turn them into poems. So that's what we decided we were going to do. So we both came up with one. I've told you mine, so I would go first.
Yeah, this is Sounds Obtuse Podcast first ever Sounds Obtuse Readings.
Okay.
So this is the first ever edition of Sounds Obtuse Podcast Readings.
And this will be my rendition of Temperature by Sean Paul. The Galdem Skillachi, Sean DePaul, so me give it to all girls. 5,040,000 naughty shorty. Baby girl, all my girls, Sean DePaul say. Well, woman, the way the time cold, I want to be keeping you warm. I got the right temperature for shelter you from the storm. Oh, Lord, girl, I got the right tactics to turn you on. And, girl, I want to be the papa and you can be the mom. Oh. Make I see the gal them bruck out pon the floor. For you don't want no worthless performer. For you don't want no man where they can't turn you on, girl. Make I see them hands them up on you. Can I tan paw it long? No eat no yam. No steamed fish. No green banana. But down in Jamaica we give it to you hot like a sauna. Bumper exposed, and gal, you got your chest out. But no washers, 'cause gal, you impress out. And if you des out on me, you finna test out. 'Cause I got the remedy to make you de-stress out. Me Hoffy flaunt it because me God bless out. And if you want it, you Hoffy confess out. A no lie, way we gonna need set speed. Hoffy test the mattress out. Well, woman, the way the time cold, I want to be keeping you warm. I got the right temperature for shelter you from the storm. Oh, Lord, girl, I got the right tactics to turn you on. And I want to be the papa, why you be the mom.
Beautiful. May I? You know, such great lyrics by Sean Paul. I'm
Honestly,
assuming he
just
wrote
makes
those.
it easy. I, you know what? I do not know. I have no idea if he wrote those. It'd be interesting to find out. I'm gonna choose to think that he did.
We'll assume he did. How about that? So a couple things I wanted to mention. Just kind of like break these down to really give it its due diligence, because you almost started with this line and then you ended with this line, so clearly it means it was supposed to be stressed. You said, "I be the papa, you be the mama."
That's right.
Was that the line?
Yeah, the mom. Yeah.
So, correct me if I'm wrong here, but I think the implications of that are that he's trying to fuck.
I think so, and I think it's almost Freudian.
But then I completely agree. It is almost Freudian. But then later on, in fact, just before he repeats the papa and the mama line, he mentions the mattress. So I think that really hammers home.
I think so. I think
if there was any cloudiness.
I think some people might almost initially be confused in thinking that the song, because it's so.
Yeah, the song is called Temperature, and
they would almost be confused for thinking that the song was about temperatures.
Exactly,
but the unwritten subtext, it's body temperature.
And see, I have the lines to support that. He says, "No steam fish like a sauna."
That's
so he's not talking about, like, even though a sauna is filled with steam, he ain't talking like steam fish. We're talking about temperature. And as you said,
no, I think you're actually missing the point of that. I think you're missing the point of that verse in particular because you skipped over so much of it.
I did.
Honestly, if I can just go back to it,
please do.
That specific part is, can't upon it long,
can't
no
upon
yam,
it long.
No steamed fish, nor no green banana, but down in Jamaica we give it to you hot like a sauna. I believe what he is referring to is a woman who is visiting Jamaica yet not from there.
Hence the green banana.
Hence why she's not eating yams, steamed fish, nor green banana. She is not from there.
Exactly. If she was, she'd be all about that green banana.
Of course she would, because that's a local Jamaican delicacy. She isn't from there.
And I think that speaks volumes to the she in question, that despite being a newcomer to his country, to his domain, he's willing to bypass and look through all that in order to bang this broad, if you will.
I mean, possibly, but even beyond that, I think maybe you're not giving him enough credit. I
might not be.
I think the whole keeping you warm might not just specifically be sexual. I think it definitely is. I think there's definitely some sexual.
Do you think the storm he's referring to is himself?
No, I think that the cold, the need to keep her warm. I think that what that is referring to is when you visit a place and you don't know the culture, you don't know where you're at. Sometimes you can feel kind of like cold-shouldered out. You can feel like, man, I really don't feel like I belong here.
Definitely, for sure.
But he's like, no, I'm going to go talk to her and make her feel welcome, even though she doesn't. She feels cold. I'm going to go keep her warm and bring her in,
especially
to my culture,
when you're
to
in
my life, possibly into my bed.
As tropical climate. So there's so many double, triple, potentially even quadruple entendres in the song.
Just an absolute wordsmith.
Sean Paul.
Well done.
A Shakespeare of our time, really.
Yeah, honestly.
God bless him.
And now Christian has one for us. What do you have over there?
So I actually chose the same year, just kind of keep it, somewhat similar vibes.
A little thematic.
This one originally produced by Scott Storch. Remember the producer, Scott Storch?
I have no idea.
He did a lot of Wheezy F Baby tracks.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
White gentleman with the glasses on.
Right.
Tracksuits, that sort of thing.
Now I know.
Okay, so yeah. This is by world-renowned gentleman Chris Brown with alleged gangbanger Joel Santana, which, by the way, hate him or love him, Joel Santana really played the name Joel Santana perfect for 2005.
Did he?
He had the. I give you the name Joel Santana. Do you not picture a light-skinned, round-faced black gentleman with a bandana?
I might.
Joel Santana.
I might.
Gotta rock a bandana.
Ooh. Well
Come
done.
on.
Well done. Got you.
He did it. You look up Joel Santana. He looks exactly like the name Joel Santana would imply. So props to Joel Santana. But this song is by Chris Brown, featuring the gentleman we just mentioned, Joel Santana. Originally produced by Scott Storch. So this is the intro. We'll kind of break down the major verses of this line. This is Run It by Chris Brown, featuring Joel Santana. Joel says, okay, check it out. It's Santana again, steppin' out. One of the brand new big boy toys. I do big boy things. I make big boy noise. 'Cause I know what girls want. I know what they like. They want to stay up and party all night. So bring a friend. Chris Brown enters. He says, let me talk to you. Tell you how it is. I was thinking when I saw the body, gotta get shawty. Tell her the young boy gon' do. Damn, the chick you with gotta be your kin. Babe, pretty thick with a kick. That's sick. That need to be hit. So tell me what you gonna do. This is both of them together now. The power of unity. I got friends. You got friends. They hop out. You hop in. I look fly. They jockin'. And then it repeats. However, on the chorus, it changes. He says, after I look fly and they jockin'. So he's still looking fly. They jockin'. The way you drop makes me want to pop. And then we hit the chorus. Chris Brown asks, is your man on the floor? If he ain't, let me know. Let me see if I can run it. Run it. Girl, indeed I can run it. And he reiterates, if he ain't on the floor, let me know so I can run it. And he repeats that several times. Second verse doesn't matter. We go through another chorus. We got the bridge. Chris Brown says, girl, you feel it right? Make me feel like I want to do a little something. Ain't no thing less, you do it for sure. Girl, the way that you wear them jeans is turning me on. I'm the hottest thing in these streets. So baby, won't you rock me? Perhaps a precursor? Then Joel Santana pops in. If you weren't sold yet by Chris Brown's plea, he says, make it drop, honey. Make it pop, honey. Whip wop, tick-tock, to the clock for me. Don't stop doing that. And shawty know what I mean, what I say, so she won't stop doing that. Well, dance time is up. Let's go. Let's go. We can get it in. We can get some friends. We can do like the Yin Yang twins. Start whispering. Wait till you see my Wait till you see my That's Joel Santana for you. He says, let me fall back. Y'all ain't ready for all that. Have you sleep late, real late? Yeah. Taking a long nap. You can tell your friends to get with my friends. We can be friends, switch and meet friends. We can do it all night long till the clock hits morning. Do you dig? And of course, to round out the chorus once more to really wrap things up, Chris Brown asks, is your man on the floor? Because if he ain't, you gotta let me know. Let me see if I can run it. Indeed, girl, I can run it. Yeah. And may I add a Dipset,
Of course. That was well done. You know the part that stood out to me the most, though? Just given that it's Chris Brown. The part where he's talking about him being thick. And then he says he's got to hit it.
Yeah,
Do you think that's maybe listening to your own words too much?
Potential precursor. I think I mentioned that at one point.
Yeah.
Like it's really hard.
I think he got a little caught up in his own music.
he might have. Like,
So what do you think the song's really about?
so I think, to be crass, and maybe I'm just like still feeling the vibes of the Temperature song, where, like you said, despite his shawty being from a different time, he's still trying to take her to his bed to keep her warm and or fuck.
You can do both.
Yeah, exactly, both. So I think with Chris Brown here, he's like, hey, shawty, where's your man's at? He ain't here on this dance floor. If he ain't, I'm gonna dance with you and see if I can fuck.
Now, isn't he self-described Mr. Steal Your Boy, Mr. Steal Your Girl?
I mean, I think that's the theme of this song.
It sounds like it.
It does sound like it. And I think Joel Santana, he really hammers home. That's like, he says make it drop, make it pop, whip up TikTok to the clock for me. So he's basically saying, hey, dance until, I can take you home, basically.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm getting out of that. Because, like, till the clock hit morning, he's trying to take her out all night.
I mean, wow. I mean,
the whole time.
You don't need to sleep?
Apparently not.
He's a machine.
And I think that's what makes Chris Brown the gentleman in contrast.
Oh, how
Because even though he is trying to...
How do you out-gentleman Chris Brown?
Even though Chris Brown is, unapologetically at this point trying to hit.
At least he isn't as pushy as
exactly
Santana.
His demeanor isn't as egregious.
Yet.
Yeah, this is pre beating the shit out of Rihanna. But we saw the signs. If you really analyze the works.
I think so.
I think so as well.
I think we're doing our part here. We're looking at one piece of the puzzle.
Yeah, someone's got to look at these things critically, analytically, and poetically.
And I'm glad it's us.
Someone's got to do it.
Here
we are.
Might as well be us.
So we look forward to another edition in the future of the Sounds Obtuse Readings and Analysis.
I think
right.
That's also implied, though. But
it is implied. So look forward to those. Anything else you want to add before we round out the end of this episode?
That was really fun. I'm glad people enjoyed it. Definitely check back with me because I am going to be trying to document my journey to DC to the Cherry Blossom Festival via Amtrak. So be sure to check in for that. I'm going to be having that posted somewhere. It's probably not going to be in the usual pod, but we'll find a way to plug it.
Definitely. You guys will know about it for sure.
And that is, of course, the Sounds Obtuse. What? You never rode Amtrak before? Special.
We'll have to get that on the button. I did have one last little thing, if time allows.
Yeah. I think 'tis the season. You think you had a charity you wanted
to shout out?
I did.
So, I mean, since episode 1, we've been kind of throwing out these charities because we don't want to forget about where we came from, Everyone needs a little help. It's good to kind of to really give back. And even if these people know nothing about us, we're getting the word out there in some way, shape, or form. So aside from March being International Women's Month, which I think we've done our due diligence there, it's also Workplace Eye Wellness Month.
Thank God. I mean, it just gets missed.
I will say it's potential that pre-2020 this was just Eye Wellness Month, and I think this was kind of like they kind of tacked this on to the COVID thing. They're like, everyone's working from home, we're looking at our screens a lot more. Workplace Eye Wellness Month.
It makes sense to me.
It does. It really, really does.
So what's your charity?
So
what's your charity?
So I don't actually have a charity. I looked up charities, and then I was like, okay, I have the month, and I didn't think to actually have a charity for it. So this is more like a PSA.
It's a very obtuse PSA.
This is an obtuse PSA. It's fucking don't go blind at work month.
Man, I get splashed with oil all the time, and I am just waiting for the day it hits me in the eye.
Dylan, safety eyewear includes goggles.
I'm not wearing them.
Maybe
we have them.
Goggles.
I'm not fucking wearing them.
You can get some full face respirators, welding helmets.
If I put on goggles every time I had to drop chicken, I would never stop putting on goggles.
All right. So I don't have a charity. This may get cut entirely. We'll find out. Here's the thing. You want to place your screen about 20 to 26 inches away from your eyes and a little bit below eye level.
I see you doing that now. It's pretty good form.
Yeah, it really is. It's right there. I'm like just looking down enough. You also want to have like all your shit in front of you so you don't be like looking around a lot. That's another thing. Change your lighting to lower the glare so you don't have harsh reflections. Your glare filters over your digital screens can also help. Get a chair you can adjust. Who would have thought? Choose screens that can tilt and swivel. A keyboard that can help you adjust is also helpful. I don't necessarily see how a keyboard that can adjust is going to help you.
Because if you have to move everything else to be in a position where you're not getting glare and your keyboard can't adjust.
Okay, that's fair. This is why we make a great team, because I wouldn't have thought of that. Last one, take frequent breaks by using the 20-20-20 rule as recommended by the American Academy of Ophthalmology and the American Ophthalmic Association. Every 20 minutes, look away from your screen and look at a job at 20 feet away for at least 20 seconds. This gives you a chance to reset and replenish themselves. Anything else you want to say before we round out the end of this podcast?
No, I think that was great.
Peace and love, Dylan!
Peace and love, guys. It was a pleasure. I can swap some of these out. I kind of want to flesh this out a little bit since we do have some extra time. But
Okay. Let's do it.
I hate doing weird things and then going, fuck. Chris might put that at the end of the fucking pod.